You are tuned in to Shot Quality Live BetCast. Welcome into the only show on the internet where we use shot quality data to attack the games happening in the minute. I'm Justin Perry. That's Alec Musa. And we got a show for you guys today. It is going to be a great one. We have the Shot Quality Live BetCast going, 23 games today, Moose? It's a
23 at the 5 o'clock. Oh, yeah. That happened 46 minutes ago.
Right. So we have it up right now, and we've been teasing it for a while, guys. We finally have a presenting partner on the show. It has been a long time coming, something that we are very proud of here at Shot Quality Bets to partner up with SportTrade, our brand new presenting partner. So BetCast is officially brought to you by SportTrade. They offer an elite betting experience, instant in-play betting, tight lines, real human tech support. Available in New Jersey, Colorado, and more states coming in 2024. SportTrade encourages you to shop the best lines and to play responsibly. It is going to be a great partnership. We are so excited about SportTrade. You can see there at the bottom, if you create an account with SportTrade using code SQB, Shot Quality Bets, you get 3% cash back on every bet in your first week, up to $500. Now, for those of you who do not know SportTrade, they're not a sport book. They're not sports book. They're not a casino. They are a betting exchange. They are a new type of way to get your bet action. And it is a really exciting partnership for us because of the way things align. As we said, SportTrade encourages you to get the best line wherever it may be, and using the exchange to fill bets in however purpose you might. There's lots of different ways to get your bet down, and the best prices are very often going to be found on the exchange at SportTrade. So really excited about it. We're going to show you the app in a little bit, but let's get to what we know and love, which is using shot quality data. And the combination, right? The combination of using SportTrade and shot quality bets is going to be a really fun partnership because good prices, good data. What else could you ask for, Moose? You know what I'm going to ask for you today, buddy? You're coming off of 1-3. I need some winners. I want some volume. We got 23 games. Do you have anything you're looking at already?
I do, and I'm not going to point fingers, Max, Justin, for my 1-3 record, forcing me to make plays.
Forcing me. You made 4 plays.
I have one already. I'm just looking at it right now. It's just about to hit half, and as always, I'm going to cut myself off and you when I press this button. Over 134.5, Georgia State, App State, heading to the half, tied 30-30, so it's a close game. Shot Quality has this one with a lot of points of value on each side, so I got over 130.5.
Wow.
It closed at 144.5, so 14.5 points of value on the closing line in a game that really should be pacing 160 points plus free throws at the end. So I like this one. 130.5.
One down and a lot to go. We're going to go right to the top. We're going to start taking a look through what is going on. We got a rapid fire today, guys. So you're going to have to sort of pardon how crazy it might be about to get for a few minutes here as we get into the halftime. Looking at Tulane, SMU, there is not really much there. The fastest and easiest way to understand that is just look at these numbers. The bigger the little numbers are under the PPS, the more of a deviation. You're looking at a 0.13 and a 0.003. Yeah, Sacred Heart's right on point. Stonehill, this game is pretty much where you would expect. I just opened up the preview by accident. But okay, Milwaukee, Purdue, Fort Wayne. This one also looking pretty much on point. Not going to be a lot there. Robert Morris, Oakland. This one looks like it should be a lot closer. This is probably something we could look for in terms of taking Robert Morris. But I'll wait a little bit there.
That's you should see the face I'm making.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's probably not the prettiest one. Not that you're pretty. That's why we keep you on the show, you know. But Northeastern Towson, that one looks like it could be Towson at the half. They are expected to be winning by 1, but are losing by 7. So right around that cusp. I'm really looking for like a real good one, Moose. Old Dominion, Marshall again. This one's a little supposed to be like tight. You could take Marshall here and expect them to get back into it, but not really a lot. And we keep seeing that shot quality numbers when they're on point. It's not a bad thing. It just means we're not going to find the most bets. But we have a lot of games and a lot of time, so I'm not even going to go there yet. we definitely have one here with Wagner leading by 11, expected to only be leading by 4. This one feels a little bit bigger. Lemoyne should be doing a bunch better. Wagner hot. I'm going to get in on this one. I like the volatility in this conference, in these games. I'll go ahead and find a line on Lemoyne as our first play of the day, or my first. You already got one. You beat me to it. I'm actually shocked.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I got 8.5 right now for Lemoyne. So I'll go ahead and take 8.5 at -110, Max. It's my first one of the day. If you don't already have the sheet, you can follow along right here. It's a little bit scary, but I do think that Lemoyne team can come back in this one. It's not the biggest deficit there. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. Stony Brook Hofstra. Stony Brook off to a lead. This one even more drastic, 15-point difference. Yeah, let's go ahead and get in on Hofstra there. This one should be another really good one for the what are they? The Pride. Yeah, Pride, Stony Brook. They should be able to make a decent comeback here in the second half. Looking for a line, seeing +3.5 at -106 right now on FanDuel. We're going to take a check over at Sport Trade really soon, get into one of these games, but lock in. Nice. Moose, you I'm sure you're scanning on your own there. Are you seeing anything else?
You're so close to it. Just keep scrolling. You're almost
Longwood,
there.
High
I'll cut
Point.
you off when you get there.
Longwood, High Point? No, maybe Hampton. Oh, is that the over? Yeah.
Yes, it is over.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Over 128.5 is what I have right now for Hampton, North Carolina A&T. It's just 2 green arrows with a lot of variance between shot quality score and actual score. Game closed at 154.5, so they actually projected quite a bit of points between these 2 teams, and it's just not happening in the first half. And I'd like to see, again, green arrows. I'm a simple person.
Green arrows. Go up
0.31.
Yeah, like that's a big difference on both of those teams in terms of the points per shot they are creating. LIU, man, getting FIU, not LIU. Geez, that's because of what I'm expecting, and they're also right next to each other. So I didn't even realize. My brain probably did. But Louisiana Tech, FIU, man, this is whooping. We got a 59-point half for LT. FIU put up 26, expected 32. That's not the craziest difference, but the extra 13 points towards Louisiana Tech is definitely going to make us want to take FIU. It's a scary one, but Moose, you know just as well as I, these seem to be the ones that get us home, that make this happen. And that's the most fun thing about this data, is that we have a way to look at games, this live regression model that really no one else does. So we're going to go ahead and have the faith to take FIU plus 30.5 at -115. Let's lock it in. And I gotta say, something I'm really excited about with the Sport Trade partnership is that, like, there's instant in play. Like, I literally had to deal with it for a second. My play pending on my phone, trying to get my money down. There is no spinning wheel with Sport Trade. You can see it right there. It's really a different experience because it's an exchange. We're so excited. Just again, it really aligns with what we are going for here in terms of Shot Quality's mission. Now, the mission that LIU's on tonight is probably to not be as in this game as they are right now. And that might come around in the second half. That's kind of what it's all about, but not really a drastic enough one for us. Drexel Monmouth, this one might be, right? We have a 10-point discrepancy in terms of what Drexel is doing. You could probably say it's reasonable to take Drexel right now, get in on it as soon as we can. It might be a little difficult because this game is going on, and we usually do like to play right at the half, but Moose, are you going to take Drexel here with me, underperforming or early in this game at Monmouth? Coleman's there. We should call him up and get him on the show at halftime.
We should, and if our bet's not going right, we should get him out there and chuck up some threes. Now, I'm going to pass on this one because that's just me. Okay. I know what I'm playing, though.
Well, hold on. 5.5 plus 5.5 for Drexel. That's -115. We got Maximilian, who was here with us on the last show, on the keyboard typing it up there. You can see the scoreboard just by going over to what we post in the comments. You can ask. But what were you saying, Moose? We got a JMU Coastal from Kunal?
Yeah,
there?
no, I'm on that. That's my next
Okay.
play. I got in there. I'm just pulling it up under 168.5 on JMU Coastal. And I like JMU a lot. They're a good team. They got Terrence Edwards, who's a really good basketball player for them. They got TJ Bickerstaff's kid, I think. I think they're related. I don't know. Last name's Bickerstaff.
Yeah, I got 169.
So, I'm going to go ahead and jump on that. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Definitely. And so when you see us starring it, that's us adding to the tracking. So shout out to Kunal. Shout out to the team making ShotQuality Live. Honestly, one of the coolest products in college basketball betting right now. If you haven't tried it out, definitely encourage you to. Standard members get a few games every day. Any game that has a unique start time, you get with the standard membership to ShotQuality Bets. And then, of course, premium is how you get every single game under the sun. You want 150 games on Saturday, betting live the whole day, we got you. It's a blast. I will say I've had a lot of fun this season doing it, and it does really well. You can see right there in the record sitting. I was 7-6 last week. Moose had his maybe worst show ever, but that's okay. You gotta set those limits. We are looking to bounce back though from that and get a good one going. I'm going for win 100 today. All right, Cleveland State, Detroit. Do we get in on Detroit, Moose, or is that a little too risky?
They are on my list per se.
Yeah, your list. I know what you were gonna say. But all right, UNC Wilmington, Charleston. I think we can pass on. St. Francis, PA, Central Connecticut. This one looks like it's going to be SFPA. And yeah, are they maybe another one of those teams that you might pass on, Moose? But I'm not going to pass. I'm going to pass. No, we are not passing on SFPA. I'm looking for a line here. See what we can get on them. Again, this was a 13.5-point line. You can see we have these closing line points so that you know what you're looking at as you bet and use the interface. It's just plus 14.5. So it's not all that different, but they're expected to be winning, right? So I can take this line, looking at it, they're losing at like an expected pace, essentially lost the half by 9. The books are still giving me like the pregame line, but if they play that same half, I expect them to close the gap, not let it widen. So let's get in SFPA plus 14.5 at minus 1. No, I got plus 15.5 at minus 115. Okay, cool. Let's lock that in. Ooh. All right, Moose. You seen anything?
I am still perusing. Who is that Kanal guy? He is money.
Someone hire him, bro. That's a great pick for sure. Someone get that Simon Gersberg guy on the line too. All right. UMBC.
This guy says Gooey Shoes says UVU wins it all this year. Meanwhile, they are tied with Stephen F. Austin. So I feel like this guy has money on the what are they? The Wolverines?
I think so. But anyway, UMBC, Bryant. This is a distinct under, right, Moose?
Yeah.
This is exactly the type of thing you're looking for. We're gonna go ahead and grab that. These are some fast teams. It's probably gonna slow down a little bit in that.
Wait till you see the number.
What is it going to be like 190, 188.5 minus 105? Bang. Let's take it home.
I got at 189.5. So I got one more point.
I gotta lock it in.
I have to. So you got 188.5. I got 189.5, and that's on the UMBC Bryant team. And we've taken them before in the shot quality play of the day. Under hit for us 3 days ago. The over-under was at 164 to start. So you're right. These are fast-paced teams. But, dude, we're talking like 200 points.
That's a lot. Again, I think it could easily slow down. That's what we're betting on here. Got another play in. We're going to keep on going. App State, Georgia State here tied up. Expected to be a little bit of a lead for App State, but that over that you got in on, still a play. If anybody has just joined us, we have a few plays in. That is one of them for Moose, who loves his totals, looking for a nice bounce back after last week. Coleman took Drexel -5, 2.5. Nice. He's there. So he's with us. He believes in it. The data does not lie. All right, Albany, Vermont. We got, let's see, a big lead for Vermont out early here. This is expected to be a little bit better for Albany, but you really can't take anything there. Maine, UMass, Lowell. This is one where I think you probably are a little late. This is just, we've already gotten through most of it here. So Maine maybe would have been a play earlier on, depending how it went. So let's see what Kevin's talking about here. We'll go back up. We'll give it a good reload. Maybe I don't think the 8 p.m.s are going to be in yet, but we can take a look. Towson, Northeastern. How has that progressed? I love that in 15 minutes things can change. This one, yeah, Towson, we said, I think it hasn't come out of the half yet, but Towson expected to be winning by a bit, Moose. Do you really trust them? I think let's take a look a little bit deeper into this one using the Score Center. I'll pull up the single game view. We usually rock in multi-view because it's just what we're doing. We're attacking 20 plus games, but you can get pretty deep into this stuff. I was literally sitting with it at the game last night for Fordham and watching how many good and bad shots the teams were taking. So yeah, Northeastern taking a good amount of good shots. And I don't know if that distribution continues. A lot of threes, a lot at the rim. Both teams doing that successfully, but the average shots are kind of dragging Towson down. I don't know. This is going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. I would say in general, you could expect Northeastern to maybe come back down to earth. The value side for me is Towson, but I'm not sure it's enough to actually place a wager on them live against the spread right now.
I'm in the same boat. You know how I am. I got to see a lot of value.
Yep.
Sacred Heart could potentially have some value later down the road. Again, they've got to wait a couple more minutes.
Yep.
Nothing against.
Yep.
I just got to see how it plays out. And they're borderline on my don't take list, but I think I would take them. I think I would.
All right. Well, look, you got to see. We got to keep going. We got to see if we can find a few more plays here. Got a couple on the board already. We will show off the list that I have at 6 and you're at 4. So you've already met your total from last week. Proud of you, Moose. Robert Morris, Oakland, still not much going on there as we start the second half. Same thing for Milwaukee, Purdue, Fort Wayne. I mean, you have a differential expected down 6, up 1. So it's like 7's like just like maybe it's Purdue, Fort Wayne here, but that's probably well within like the range where it could go either way. Same thing here with Old Dominion. Yes, expected to be tied. You could take Marshall and expect them to get back in it. It's what the data would point to, but we're not. We like a little bit of a bigger threshold, and that's sort of been our process so far. So we can keep going, keep scrolling through. What do we got? High Point, Longwood. We didn't talk about this one. Is this at a point where we will say, all right, High Point's up big, probably get a very favorable line right now on Longwood, and it's expected to be 10, not 19.
That seems like right down your alley, to be completely honest with you. That seems like a Justin Perry special. It seems like something I would avoid like the plague. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm
trying to raise you into the better that I wish I could be starting out. You know, not that you're starting out, Moose, but like like getting into the shot quality, like being. I'm gonna trust the data. That's what we do here, dude. Plus 18.5, minus 110 for Longwood Max. Ring it up. We are there. All right. Okay, so let's keep going. We'll do one more pass through, and then let's go check out that Sport Trade app. I'm excited to show it to you guys. We're gonna have the Score Center up side by side. It's gonna be fun. Let's keep strolling through. We have this Hampton, North Carolina A&T over. If you are just joining us and not reading the scoreboard, I don't know what we're calling it, but Georgia Southern, Troy, literally right on the money, and that's a little like, oh man, we don't get to bet it. But you have to understand, for us at ShotQuality, when we are right on the money, that's a really good sign, right? Because that means when we're off the money, that means that we can trust it to be a bet, because more often than not, we're going to get back into that expected position. It has not started well for FIU out the gate. Who knows how that one's going to go? I had to just grit my teeth and do that one. There's maybe taking FDU here. Expect LIU to maybe drop off. This is supposed to be an 11-point game. It's 4.
I was looking at that one. I don't know if I can trust FDU, to be honest with you. I mean, LIU is also a team that, I mean, there's a reason FDU is favored by 9.5 points, because I mean, LIU is LIU. Now that Sacred Heart game's got to 9 points. What about you? Are you thinking about taking FDU here?
I think it's a play. There's a special case here. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing Sacred Heart losing by 9 tonight. That's something else. Is that to Stonehill? That's a funny one. But yeah, let's go with FDU minus the 8.5. Just have to win the second half against LIU by 5. Expected to win the first half by 11. Right? Like that feels good to me. If we go out and we play a similar half, we get we only need a 6. We need a 5. We're fine. So the live line is minus 8.5, minus 110 I'm going to lock it in. Let's see how it goes. All right. Now, we just heard that our buddy Coleman did take this Drexel line at -5 for the second half, so he's with us. I think we have like +5.5. He plays them by the second half line. We play it by the full game line. It's usually equivalent. It's just a different lingo. Now, Delaware William Mary. I don't think we really talked about this one because it was pretty spot on, but now Delaware winning, William Mary expected to be winning. This is a spot. This is a definite BetCast spot, Moose. You going to rock with me on William Mary, or you're going to stay off because you're scared of the Blue Hens?
I am. Can you pull it up by chance so I can get a little?
Yeah, of course. Oh, I didn't even know. I forgot to switch the tab back. Someone's got to yell at me when I do that.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you. Thank you. But yeah, so this is expected to be a nice spot for William Mary. The double ice versus double hot. This feels like a nice point to get in. So I'm going to grab the +11.5. And actually, shot quality data today ahead of what I'm seeing on some of my aggregations. So that's pretty cool. Yep, I'm getting
Delaware just scored, so
right.
They'll keep scoring.
No, I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting in. It doesn't really matter to me, Moose. I got 12.5 now off that bucket. 13.5 minus.
Yeah, I was waiting for
14.
that.
Let's go. You know what it is. We gotta deal with the. All right. So I think it is finally time to go check out. Ooh, all right. Josh has a comment that
I want to talk about a sicko, Detroit.
I'm too much of a sicko to not check this one out. So let's pull it up. Let's look at it. The James Madison Coastal Carolinas in double flames. Man, this is tight. Losing by 12. You know, Josh, they're just one of those teams that I can't justify saying they will, stop a team from going past their expectations. They are just at that point. So while, yes, the data might support it, I'm going to personally lay off. What do you got?
We're gonna roll. We had that one comment earlier about UVU being national champions, or whatever the hell they said. I'm gonna take UVU Stephen F. Austin over 125.5. It's an early game. I get that. But we've got green arrows already, and that's a lot of points so early on. And it's a close game to begin with. Kind of reminds me of the Oklahoma-Kansas State game from Tuesday night. My only win, if you look at the bottom right, we see 1 and 3, was the game that I took in the first half when there was so many points to begin with early in a game. And I see this being similar, hopefully. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just jump on that right now. Over 125.5.
I love it. Let's. I'm also going to take one more here. I'm going to fade the Stonehill. College. I don't know their mascot off the top of my head. But Sacred Heart expected to be winning this game by 5, actually losing this game by 9. It's a pretty gross position to be in for Sacred Heart. This is one of the worst teams in the country in Stonehill. I'm going to go ahead and find a line here on Stonehill and lock in another pick. Let's see what the line's looking like. Give me just 2 seconds on this one. Oh man. Got to get the scroll going. Stonehill, there it is. Seeing +3.5 right now for Sacred Heart, -110. Let's go. Lock it. All right. Now, Moose, do you have anything else for a second? Can we go check out the?
Please. I want to see it. Everyone wants to see it. Zachary says FIU down 43 in the comments.
We're really excited about. Yep, we're really excited about this. We will be back in just a second. Hey, we are back. We have our Sport Trade app pulled up with also, of course, our Shot Quality Bets Live Score Center. So what we're looking at here at the Sport Trade app is essentially everything that you can get, all the offered bets right now, and everything that there's liquidity in, everything that you need to understand essentially how to trade at a very high level. And I'm honestly, really just excited to be able to show you what that all means. So if we're looking at this dual display that I have here, maybe scrolling through a couple games, like let's say you wanted to do this Hampton, North Carolina A&T game, right? So you'll click in, take a look at it. Of course, making sure that we're looking for the best pricing. So we're seeing the 7.5 right now. You can get plus 7.5 with Hampton, who is currently losing by 10, right? So plus 7.5 on this team that's expected to be losing by 6. So a slight value, example value today. And maybe we will take it, but let's take a look at this. Hampton, what are the competing lines out there? Again, the big thing about Sport Trade is shopping around, using it to fuel your bets in a very smart way, having essentially a way to fill bets at better lines than anywhere else, create leveraged spots, all this type of stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing NCAT now at -8.5, -118. So this is a really nice price on North Carolina A&T, even though it's like again, you want to just balance it out. I'm doing the math live here. You can just check all your options. You can probably take, something like, this is, my screen's messed up. You could probably take something like plus 10.5 at one place and -7.5 here on Sport Trade and create a really nice bit of value. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try that out tonight. So I'm going to go and I'm going to put down a $50 bet. I am, yes, on my iPad doing this because it is an iOS only at the moment, but fine. It's betting. And we're going to lock that in. So this is my first ever time matching with the order filled on the show. Of course, if you are just joining us, Sport Trade is the new official presenting partner of BetCast. And we're so excited to show you the elite betting experience they bring, how quickly that got filled. Did we not notice, Moose, how quickly that got filled? Tight lines. And of course, if you need help, they have real human support. It's available in New Jersey, Colorado, more states coming soon. We're just so excited about this to continue to bring the best betting experiences to our base, to the show, right? Long term, we think this means we win more. And that's what BetCast is about. That's what this whole thing's about. The best data, the best lines now with this partnership. So we're really excited about that. It's our first ever bet placed there. We're going to go run back over to the Score Center, and we'll see you in a second. Bang, bang. That was dope. That was fun. I had that's a fun
informative. It sounds like that basketball is right next to me, by the way. It's kind of haunting, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, we are in your home dribbling on your living wood floors. So living room floors. So yeah, we got a bunch of games still going on. Literally count 27 today. Some of the 8 p.m.s are gonna start up. I'll throw a reload so the new cards come up on my Score Center, up to 36 games live at once at the moment. What more could you ask for? I mean, you get the witching hour coming up in about 30 minutes when everything sort of can go either way. Moose, we're not going to get on anything too early today, but is there anything you've been sort of waiting for? I just took Sacred Heart. If you're just joining us, there's still definitely a play expected to be winning by 7 and down by 8. I mean, it's.
I like how you say we won't get on any place too early when I jumped on UVU like 8 minutes into the game. I'm thinking about following you in Sacred Heart because there keeps being more and more and more value heading towards. I'm going to guess their mascot, the Hardys. I don't know. The Ed Hardys, the Sacred. But
I don't know.
I'm feeling it. I'm thinking it's a potential play. Other than that, I mean, we've taken quite a bit of plays, honestly.
Have we? Cool. You're pretending like I'm fully knowing. I was trying to get 10 wins. I'm not getting 10 wins on 11 bets. That would be some magic. That'd be crazy. We hit really well. Like, look, the ratio has been awesome. You can see it when the graphic comes up. Have been doing very well, but if we don't get to 17 plays, we probably have to wait until Saturday's episode for 100 wins. And that is right. We're back on Saturday. We didn't even mention it. Of course, Tuesday, Thursday, 7:45 p.m. always right here in our normal time slot. But Saturday now, 4:45 p.m. And if you guys missed our most recent episode on Tuesday, we had another pretty cool announcement. We've just been dropping these big deals one by one, and this one's a pretty fun one. We are partnering with CBS to deliver another ShotQuality broadcast Saturday. Memphis, Wichita, in Memphis. It's going to be a great battle. Of course, Memphis has been sliding. That this data does not have yesterday's result. This was an early week publication, but we are debuting our brand new scorecard system that helps you understand games in a flash. You're seeing a little taste of it right here. Easily able to understand key matchup stats, offense, defense, how teams match up, which side's the best, and just really, a quick understanding. A little bit more like what Live's like, but for an individual matchup. There's going to be more data. There's a preview. Everything's on the blog. Go check it out. We have that dropping. We got the CBS broadcast dropping, which will have ShotQuality Scores live on CBS. I don't know how that just sounds so crazy. I mean, when I started working here less than 2 years ago, that was like unfathomable that a major broadcast network would have a ShotQuality Score next to the actual score while broadcasting. And that's what you're going to be able to see at 1 p.m. on Saturday on CBS. I hope you all tune in because it's the second time ever, and it was awesome last year. It's going to be even better this year.
The moon.
Hype. The moon, baby. Now, not to the moon is FIU. What a
That's the Hindenburg, straight up. That thing is imploding over New York City.
Oh, the humanity. That's a Hindenburg reference for y'all. Drexel expected to still be doing well. Delaware, William & Mary. We need some magic, We need William & Mary to get that run going. Still expected to be winning, but underperforming by 13
I was going to say, do they know that? Do they need? No, they need.
I don't think they do. And look, that's going to happen some nights. This data is never going to be infallible. We're not sitting here saying 95%. Like a good. If we get 60% on a long-term basis, we are going to jump for joy, and that's what we've been doing around here. So we are. But yeah, Detroit. This Cleveland State game, now maybe do we think about it? It's still expected before, but the difference is 12. It's still available based on what ShotQuality thinks is what I would say. SFPA still hanging in, still a potential play there. Campbell, Elon, we didn't really mention this one. Maybe an over, Musa. And at this point, do you trust that, or are you sort of laying off totals as you get under that 12-minute timeout?
Oh man, I'm gonna lay off that one just because of the discrepancy in score. To be honest with you.
Okay, it's fair. It's fair. This one's kind of come a little bit more towards what we're looking at. It's not as crazy anymore. They aren't building on that discrepancy, so that's good. And it could still slow down pretty easily for us. We have the 188, 189 on that total for the under. How's your over looking here for App State and Georgia?
Let's find out. I'm pulling up my book because it says it's doing great. I put in 15 and it says cash out at 20. So that's if they're giving you more money than you put in, it's always usually a good sign.
I love the logic, Moose. I love the logic. Okay, did I get in on Albany? Sometimes I have to check here. I did not get in on Albany. I think I want to.
I refuse after last time.
No. See, that's where they get you, and that is what we try to avoid here. We do not care about last time. We do not, it just
I care about team performance. But you do you. You know what you're doing. And still a 100th win here that you're going to get in about 30 minutes.
17.5 minus 120 is the line I'm seeing for Albany. I like this. Let's go ahead and lock it in. Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think that one's going to come home. Maine, Lowell, this one's about to end. We did not get in on it. All right. I mean, look, we are in the last 10 minutes of the show. We have made a good amount of plays. There was still, the totals were not really there again tonight, Moose. The shot quality numbers have been
as I have all total.
Well, you love totals. I know you. That's like your thing. And we got to get you to do some of these spreads with me. I'm trying. Hey, first ever sports trade. What's up, Max? Love it. But we have a lot here still. I mean, that's almost a 50% fire rate for me combined. It's 17 bets on 27 games. And that's a fair amount. That's a fair amount of meat on the bone. If you're an individual bettor, I think we only had 2 or 3 overlap. So yeah, you're hitting something like 50% right now in terms of what ShotQuality gives you of games. And of course, that's like 25% of available standard bets live in terms of totals and sides. I don't know. Things that have yet to be done here, Moose, that we've yet to investigate are like double dipping, middling, trying to what happens when you re-enter like multiple times and seeing like where that line is. We sort of just come in once we get our position, and then we watch and we hold and we hope that we got in at a good time. But there is, of course, the reason to think that you can learn how to get the best timing by playing around, learning, interpreting, and getting used to this data. Again, it's so new. Episode 14 here tonight. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be here with you, Moose. You've done an awesome job. We got to thank everybody out there. We're not leaving just yet, but a big bit of appreciation for everybody who watches this. It's just been so cool. The reception. I'm glad a lot of people are having just as much fun as us using this stuff to find a new way to bet in college basketball and do it well. Do you have anything you want to bet? Anything you want to talk about, Moose? Anything
Watch this. Watch this real quick. Watch this. Watch the screen.
Like you gotta like yell. You gotta yell.
I gotta. What's that? Oh, Braveheart.
Oh Braveheart. My gosh! Wait, Josh is gonna yell at us. Do you want to talk about yell? Detroit's back within 5.
I hope Detroit wins. I really do. They need one, okay? And this is the game I'm taking, and you can say, because keep that sheet up, because it's going to look bad, or it could potentially look bad towards the end result. I'm going to take Sacred Heart, or I just took Sacred Heart. I got them at -4.5, which, okay. I mean, it's a lot less value than you got, but it's still a lot of value on the closing line where they closed -10.5. And at this point, ShotQuality has them winning by 11 in a game where they're only up 1, and I just have to give up a few points more than what they're already up. I know it's not the 3.5 plus you got, but I still feel
Stonehill
good.
Though. It's Stonehill.
I think they'll be closer
10.5,
and now they're up 2. So now they're up 5.
They could literally still cover. They could
now.
Cover this game. They could cover this game on the closing line. That's the thing about a team like Stonehill. Yes. That's still the worry about like Detroit. Like, Josh, in the comments, if you got Detroit and you took like +14.5, I would say that's a team you middle on. That's a team you're like, nah, I'm out. Like, give me Cleveland State now. Give me like that 7-8 points of green grass and sit back and hope you land in the middle. That's probably that could really happen with Stonehill. We've seen it in some of these lower conferences, the Horizon, the NEC. These good teams will fight, and then the bad teams fall off at the end. They just can't keep up for the full 40 minutes. It can definitely happen. It's either that or they get blown out in the first 10 and then they cruise. You're good luck figuring out which one it's going to be when you have teams like that. But let's go Sacred Heart. We're both in on it. I got a little bit of a better number than you, but that's just, you got to listen to me when I tell you to take picks, Moose. That's
I know, but what? Okay, Mr. FIU, sir.
Oh, wow. That's a low blow.
I know I had to, though. You can't attack to me. I'm in defense.
I got put in my place. I get it. That hit hard. That was a good one. That was good. Respect. All right. They're Jesus. I'm down 40 points. I took +8. I beat the market. Oh God. Doesn't even matter. Anyway. Monmouth Drexel, that one's getting a little tight. You might even still be able to get in on that one. Of course, ShotQuality still showing some value. Has Drexel winning by 7, but they're losing by 5. So, double digits is kind of where we start saying go, 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 go. I wish William Mary could hear that. Go, please. God. All right, let's keep scrolling. Let's see if we can find anything else. SFPA, hanging. Campbell, Elon. No, thanks. Charleston, UNC Wilmington, what a spot for UNC Wilmington to hang with Charleston right now, and ShotQuality fully supporting it, literally on point through 27 minutes. That's kind of cool. This game is kind of slowed down a little bit, right? We're at 130 with 10 minutes to go. So that could be worse. That's like trending towards 180s instead of 190s. I accept that. Still maybe a little wiggle room.
Dude, we got a lot of points. They just have to go cold for a couple of minutes. Like, honestly,
right. And the real problem here is that this game is close. What we really need in the last 10 minutes is for a team to decidedly take a lead, for that clock to start to get milked. If you see it staying tight, maybe you get out. If you've gotten a couple points of leeway. I definitely want to look into all that type of stuff, but Albany definitely looking like they're cooked. You might have had me dead to rights on that one too.
Look, I'll bet the same team over and over again. I shouldn't have said it like that. I bet George Washington live like 17 times already this year. But when it comes to Albany, they were a one and done for me. NJIT, they're a one and done for me. There's like I said, there's a couple teams that are on the edge of being on that no bet list, and then they put themselves on the no bet list. So.
But does that mean that does no bet mean like auto fade? Like, should we just be out here being like, yeah, we have watched how many slates of college basketball just through the lens of the numbers over and over and over
until Detroit wins and blows the whole thing up.
But one blow up does not make a.
I know. No, I agree. I think there is something to that because, like, I've seen some of these teams on here so many times where it's like, take them. And it's like, well, if you did, you would be in trouble. Coppin State, I'm looking at you. Like, what even?
Hey, let's go, Drex.
There's not even a G at the end. Drexel is a team I'm looking at. There was another team I was looking at. Towson was another team I was looking at.
Okay. I think, again, we maybe a little bit here for Longwood. Not really. A High Point definitely could have a cool down at any moment, but I don't know if I trust Longwood to really capitalize on that. I've seen some people start to do team totals, Moose. We haven't really dabbled there yet.
Yeah, I saw our own Max on our play of the day.
Yeah.
He took the team that was favored, and I was like, oh, maybe I should do that. And after the first half, they were pacing like 90, while the other team, Grambling State, was pacing like 30. We ended up hitting anyways because they combined for like 100 points in the second half. But the other team, Arkansas Pine Bluff, went for like 97 points.
I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, Moose. We haven't done it yet. I like new things. Sometimes we take a look at the NBA. We'll do that tonight too in the last 5 minutes here. But let's try a new little tactic. See how it goes. The team total right now live for High Point looks like it could be a nice little underspot. That's a difference of 14. You sort of stay away from what's going on with like Longwood's offense or High Point's defense, right? You get a more concentrated spot to maybe apply the edge. Is that going to be true? I don't know. That's the hypothesis. Let's see what we can do over time. I'm locking in here. High Point has another 3. They're actually at 70 points. That'll probably.
So you're saying who are you grabbing here?
I'm taking High Point under. They have an under 96.5 team total right now live at minus 120 max. It's a nice play. I like it. 90. Oh, it just went up. 97.5 minus 125 of flush. Man, if I wasn't looking at the clock, Moose, I might have taken us into past 8:30. We barely ever even come close. It has been a action-packed day today. We have a few more things I want to do, so let's go take.
You talked, I'm going to go ahead and just get the whole game total here and see if we're both winners or one of us is a winner. 174.5 on the under in the High Point game. That's 174.5. And then you got team total High Point like 950 or whatever. So, yeah, I'll see you at the end of that one. Hopefully both.
Hey, we'll see you. All right, now let's try this. So let's look at the NBA. We went 2-1 on NBA on Tuesday. Let's keep building. We definitely want to start thinking about some oh, man, look at my Knicks. We definitely want to start thinking about some NBA BetCast, maybe a little bit differently, like props. Who knows? You didn't hear from me. We only got 3 games on right now. Grizzlies, Cavs, probably wouldn't touch much in the first quarter of NBA games or the fourth quarter, really. You want to play in those middle quarters. So you could definitely take the Knicks here. That's a big deficit, expected to be basically tied. And
I'm going to take the Pacers-Knicks over. Pacers-Knicks over just because I know the Pacers can score a ton. Like, I don't even need to know much about basketball to know that they score a ton. Also, I look at the over-under at 235 near the bottom. That's a pretty decent number. I'm getting in at 228.5. I'm going to go ahead and hope it's just bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket. So that's my first NBA play of
Welcome, my friend. I'm gonna take the Knicks plus 7.5 at minus 105, and I'm gonna take I don't know if I can do the Lakers. I don't know. I'll just stick with the Knicks. We can go 1-1, and we'll just go from there. I think the Lakers expected to be winning by 12. Actually, winning by 5 is just a little slim for me personally. But maybe, you know what? Let's try the NBA team total as our last play of the day.
This guy.
Let me see What do you want from me, Moose? I got
that's
Lakers
what I want.
over 10. Lakers over 109 minus 110 is gonna be my last play of the day. All right. Really, really fun show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. All the plays are there. I just need 10-5. I want 10-5. Come on, we could do it. We'll be tuning into all these plays. Moose will be in the Discord. If you aren't in the Discord, we basically hang out the whole rest of the night. Of course, a very, very big shout out to our brand new presenting partner, SportTrade, the sports betting exchange app. Really excited to be partnered with them. We will, of course, be talking about them every episode, using them to further our profits. And we're just really excited to be teaming up with another cool company in betting. Of course, we will see you on Saturday at 4:45 p.m. I'm Justin Perry. That's Alex Musa. This is ShotQuality Live BetCast. See you next time. Have a good one.